Maestro,
Nobody calls me maestro at my home.
Mr. Adams.
Thank you.
A warm welcome to Rotterdam.
Thank you.
The orchestra has played your music so often. An opera not too long ago. Many things since Edo de Waard was chief conductor in the 70s. And yet somehow here you are conducting the orchestra for the very first time. So it feels like a very special debut for us. How does it feel for you to be here?
Well, I think it's a grave error that I haven't been here earlier, and I apologize for it.
We too.
I love coming to Holland. I've been here many times, worked with other orchestras, and the musical culture in Holland is something that I immediately identify with. I don't know why it is, but the Dutch musicians just understand my music. You know, they get the rhythmic quality of it, and of course you have just great musicians here. And some of my earliest friends were Louis Anderson and Reinbert de Leo, both of whom have passed away in the last couple of years. I miss them terribly.
The program you suggested to us was very interesting, and not only with naive and sentimental music, which is indeed rarely performed, and an orchestral masterpiece in my opinion, with so many different colors, so many wonderful harmonies and melodies. But then in the first half you pair this with a very early orchestral work by Steve Reich, one of the founding fathers, if I may say, of minimal music, who didn't write much for orchestra at all. And then a concerto for two pianos by Philip Glass, a composer who is hugely popular, but not so much heard in the classical music scene. How did you come to this combination?
Well, the three of us are often, referred to. I often see my name linked, to Glass, Reich, Adams. But I've never put all three of us on a program before. And
it's the
right.
first time.
Yes, I think this is the first time I've ever done it. I mean, it's true that Steve's masterpieces are not for orchestra. They're for his special kind of ensemble. And I think that Philip's greatest work is definitely his early operas, and more recently his solo piano music. But I thought it would, Rotterdam is a very curious and progressive city, and I thought that this would be, fun to do these. The Glass concerto it's a very easy to listen to and congenial work. He composed it for the Lebec sisters, and they will come and play it with us. And I think the Reich piece is it's not performed very often because it's very complicated to put on the stage. You have to have a big, long stage change after it because the orchestra is separated stereophonically. But it's a wonderful piece, and the harmonic language of it is very enchanting. I think people will be thrilled by it.
Were you inspired by Reich?
Yeah, I'm 10 or 12 years younger than them, and I certainly remember my first experience with Steve's music. His ensemble came to San Francisco, and I was probably in my late 20s or so, and they did drumming, and that was a very important discovery for me. And I've known him for many years, and I've performed some of his small ensemble music and the orchestra pieces.
So finally, what is your impression of Rotterdam as a city? You've been here a couple of days now. Did you have a chance to do a bit of sightseeing? Or?
I have not. Unfortunately, I have this opera, which is like a ball and chain, so I immediately had to sit down and get to work on it. My impression, of course, is that it's a very active and urban city. Certainly not like Amsterdam, and of course I know why that is. I know the history of the city. but I'm also aware that it's got a wonderful artistic community, and you know, I'm thrilled to be able to be here and make music in Rotterdam.
Well, we are thrilled very much as well.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.